Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care.
The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the vast landscapes of the alien planet, Xylaris. Crystalline mountains towered in the distance, glowing with hues of blue and violet, while luminescent flowers swayed gently in the warm breeze. The planet was a treasure trove of wonders, a realm where the familiar and the fantastic intertwined. Matteo adjusted the strap of his explorer's pack over his shoulder, taking in the breathtaking view. As a skilled scientist and explorer hailing from Earth, he had spent years dreaming of the day he would step foot on a planet beyond the stars. His mind raced with possibility, eager to uncover the secrets this world held. But beneath the excitement, a gnawing loneliness lingered, a longing for connection that drove him into the unknown. He had come to Xylaris as part of a human expedition team, tasked with the goal of studying its unique ecosystem. However, in the throes of discovery, Matteo felt something deeper call to him. He wanted not just to study this alien world, but to truly understand it. He was seeking more than knowledge. He was searching for companionship in the cosmos. As he ventured deeper into the forest, the sounds of wildlife enveloped him. Chirps, rustles, and soft calls echoed around him, creating a harmony that felt both strange and familiar. Suddenly, a rustling in the underbrush caught his attention. Matteo paused, heart racing. He was acutely aware of the risks that lurked in the wilds of Xylaris. There were numerous species, some friendly and others hostile. Cautiously, he approached the source of the sound, his breath hitching when he finally laid eyes on Luna. She stood a few yards away, cloaked in a cascade of shimmering, iridescent scales that danced like liquid light around her form. Her emerald eyes sparkled with intelligence, contrasting against the vivid colors of her skin, while delicate, translucent wings fluttered behind her, catching the dappled sunlight. Matteo's heart raced, not from fear, but from an inexplicable connection he felt in that moment. Luna's gaze was intense, piercing through the veil of language and custom, as if she could see his very soul. In that instant, they were no longer alien and human. They were two beings drawn together by the gravity of their loneliness. As their eyes locked, the air between them crackled with energy. Matteo opened his mouth to speak, but no words came. His mind churned with confusion. How could he communicate with someone so different? How could he bridge the vast chasm separating their worlds? Luna approached cautiously, her movements fluid and graceful. She tilted her head, studying him with a mix of curiosity and caution. Matteo took a step forward, feeling both exhilarated and vulnerable. He reached out slowly, extending a hand in a gesture of peace. "Hello," he said slowly, trying to form words through the haze of emotion. "I'm Matteo." Luna hesitated for a heartbeat then. In a voice that shimmered like ethereal music, she replied, "Luna." The sound of her name resonated deep within him, like a siren song calling him home. They stood there, neither speaking further, caught in a moment suspended in time, two souls yearning for understanding amidst the stars. The sun dipped closer to the horizon, painting the sky with fiery oranges and deep purples as Matteo and Luna stood in awe of each other. In that charged silence, an unspoken bond began to form, yet both were acutely aware of the worlds they represented. Their stark differences loomed like shadows in the twilight. "Why are you here?" Luna asked softly, her voice a melody that echoed through the air between them. Matteo could sense the weight of her question. It was not just about his physical presence, but about the very essence of what it meant to be human on her alien world. "I'm here to explore, to learn," Matteo replied, choosing his words carefully, each one carrying the gravity of their implications. "Humans, we've always looked to the stars, to find life beyond our own. But I also hope to understand what makes your world so beautiful." Luna's gaze was piercing, cutting through the uncertainties surrounding them. "Understanding is not without its consequences," she warned, her wings fluttering gently like the whisper of leaves in the wind. "Our worlds are not the same. There are things about my people that you cannot grasp." Matteo felt a twinge of disappointment at her words. "I want to try. Can't we learn from each other?" "Perhaps," Luna replied, her voice laced with caution. "But you must understand the risks. My people have their own beliefs and customs. Mating with a human is, she hesitated, searching for the right term, unconventional. Mateo's heart sank, but he pressed on. I am not here to impose on you or your customs. I just want the opportunity to know you. Luna studied him for a moment, her expression softening. I sense your sincerity, Mateo. But be wary. There are those who will not accept your presence here. Unity can be a fragile thing. As they spoke, an ominous rustle echoed from the underbrush behind Mateo. He turned, instinctively drawing closer to Luna as a group of alien creatures emerged, their forms tall and imposing, adorned with distinct markings that displayed their rank. One of them, a leader showcasing bright bioluminescent patterns, stepped forward with a menacing confidence. Human, the leader snarled, disdain dripping from the word. You dare trespass on our land. Mateo's heart raced as he faced the hostile beings. He glanced at Luna, who looked tense, her wings furling slightly as she instinctively positioned herself protectively in front of him. I mean no harm, Mateo replied, raising his hands in a pacifying gesture. I only seek knowledge and understanding. The leader sneered, crossing his arms. Knowledge, understanding? You believe you can take what does not belong to you? The bond between our worlds is not for outsiders to toy with. Luna stepped forward, her demeanor shifting from fear to assertiveness. Silas, he is not here to cause trouble. He does not wish to disrupt our way of life. Enough, Silas barked, glaring at Luna. You would defend a human? This is dangerous. His voice echoed through the clearing, a clear warning. Mateo's mind raced. The situation was spiraling, and he needed to act quickly. Perhaps we can come to an agreement, he proposed, trying to hold on to any semblance of calm. What if I work to prove my intentions? I could share knowledge from Earth, find ways we can help each other. The tension in the air thickened as Silas regarded Mateo with suspicion. Your kind has often brought destruction instead of unity. What could you possibly offer that would align with our ways? Luna's eyes darted between Mateo and Silas, sensing the urgency of the moment. She spoke softly. Perhaps he could help us with the hive problems we've been facing in the southern fields. Humans have technology that may aid in the survival of our crops. Silas narrowed his eyes, contemplating the suggestion. If you fail, Mateo, you will leave this world. Your kind has no place here if you threaten our existence. Mateo nodded, feeling the weight of Silas' words. I will do everything in my power to earn your trust. With a flick of his wrist, Silas motioned for the others to follow him, a smirk still on his face. We will see, human. Prove yourself worthy. As the group retreated, Mateo turned to Luna, heart racing. I'm sorry. I didn't want to cause trouble. Luna's expression softened. It is not your fault. The ways of my people are complex. But there is a path to understanding, if you are willing to work for it. Together, then? Mateo asked, hope rekindling amidst the uncertainty. Together, Luna affirmed, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the world into twilight. Days turned into weeks as Mateo immersed himself in the alien culture of Xylaris, working alongside Luna to address the hive crisis in the southern fields. The challenges they faced were daunting, the intricacies of the alien ecosystem far more complex than he had anticipated. But with each passing day, the bond between him and Luna deepened. As they spent hours in the fields, Mateo learned about the unique flora and fauna that thrived in Xylaris. Luna would explain the properties of specific plants while they identified harmful species that threatened their crops. Mateo used his knowledge from Earth to introduce new methods of pest control, drawing from his own experience in agriculture. The exchange was exhilarating, a blend of science and culture, creating a bridge between their worlds. One afternoon, while they worked side by side, Mateo glanced over at Luna, whose wings glimmered in the dappled sunlight, casting mesmerizing shadows on the ground. She was explaining the significance of a flower known for its medicinal properties, her voice soft and melodic, drawing him deeper into her world. This flower has healing properties, Luna said, gently plucking one from the earth and holding it delicately between her fingers. It helps to heal wounds, both physically and emotionally. Mateo regarded her with curiosity. How do you know it heals emotionally? Luna smiled mysteriously. Sometimes, healing is not just about the body. My people believe that certain spirits inhabit the plants. We learn from them. They teach us about balance and unity. As she spoke, he couldn't help but be captivated by her passion. The veil of differences and initial misunderstandings began to fade as insight flowed freely between them. The emotions they carried, loneliness, longing, hope, seemed to resonate as they shared pieces of their lives. One evening, after a long day of hard work, they found a quiet spot by a shimmering lake, surrounded by luminescent plants that glowed like stars reborn. The atmosphere felt charged with possibility, a sense of safety cocooning them from the world outside. Mateo took a deep breath, heart thrumming in his chest. Luna, I've never experienced anything like this. It feels like we're more than just beings from different worlds. I want to understand you, and I want you to understand me. Understanding takes time, she replied, her gaze holding his, eyes shining with curiosity. But there is much to learn. Mateo smiled gently, his pulse racing with unspoken tension. Can you tell me about your family, your culture? I want to know everything. Luna paused, fingers dancing over the surface of the lake. My family is among the elders. We guide our people based on tradition, wisdom passed through generations. But it is often challenging to balance the old ways with new knowledge. Do you feel bound by those traditions? Mateo inquired, sensing the emotional undercurrents in her words. She looked up at him, and for a moment, the world around them faded. Sometimes, yes, there's a part of me that craves the freedom to explore beyond what is known. But I also respect my legacy. Mateo nodded, feeling a twinge of understanding. I get that. I come from a world that values exploration, yet we have rules and traditions too. I want to break free from that at times, to discover what lies beyond the constraints of my own culture. Luna's gaze flickered to the water, her reflection shimmering like a dream. Perhaps we are not so different after all. The air thickened with unspoken feelings, a dance of uncertainty and attraction simmering between them. Mateo could feel the magnetic pull towards her, an urge that transcended their differences. He leaned closer, his voice barely a whisper. Luna, Before he could finish, the sounds of rustling bushes interrupted them. Both instinctively tensed, and Luna backed away slightly, fear shadowing her features. A figure emerged from the underbrush, one of the alien beings from Silas's group. Striding forward confidently, he wore an expression of disdain. I see the human has further invaded your thoughts, Luna. It is unsafe to be alone with him. Others are watching. Mateo felt the tension tighten around them, a mixture of anger and concern flaring within him. I'm not here to invade anything. He shot back defensively. I'm trying to help. The alien laughed, his voice low and mocking. Help? You are a fool to think you can earn our trust so easily. Your presence here is an abomination. Luna stepped forward, her protective instincts flaring. Leave us, Yarrick. Mateo has done no harm. The firmness in her voice surprised Mateo, her strength igniting something within him. Your judgment is clouded, Yarrick scoffed, crossing his arms. Maintain this folly, and you may face consequences. As he turned to leave, Mateo clenched his fists, struggling against the surge of frustration. I'm here to work with you to learn. Don't you see that? Silence, human. Yarrick shot back, casting a warning glance at Luna before disappearing into the shadows. The moment Yarrick left, Mateo turned to Luna, heart pounding. I'm sorry. This isn't what I wanted. Luna's expression was a mixture of worry and determination. You must be careful, Mateo. Not everyone welcomes change, but together we can find a way to break the cycle. He took a deep breath, gratitude swelling in his chest. Thank you for standing up for me. I would do the same for my people, she replied softly, their eyes locking again. An unspoken promise lingered between them, weaving them tighter together against the backdrop of uncertainty. In that quiet moment by the shimmering lake, Mateo and Luna understood that their journey was only beginning, fraught with challenges, yet filled with the potential for something extraordinary. The days that followed were a whirlwind of tension and determination. Mateo and Luna worked tirelessly to prove that collaboration could yield benefits for both their worlds. However, the looming threat of the alien factions opposed to their union hung heavily over them. As news of Mateo's efforts spread, Silas and his followers intensified their scrutiny. Mateo could feel the oppressive gaze of the disapproving factions, each glare a reminder of the precarious position he held on this planet. He and Luna had discovered a solution to the hive problem, introducing a method that encouraged pollination without harming the native species, yet acceptance remained elusive. One fateful night, as Mateo and Luna gathered data under the glow of swirling stars, they were approached by Silas and his followers. Clad in ceremonial garments emblazoned with their insignia, they stood in a half-circle, their eyes burning with a righteous fervor. "Why do you persist in this foolishness?" Silas demanded, stepping forward. "You, human, think that your actions can usurp the traditions of our people." Mateo squared his shoulders, feeling intense pressure to stand his ground. "I'm not trying to usurp anything. I want to help. What we discovered can save your crops." "Your knowledge is nothing but a fleeting distraction," Silas retorted, voice cold. "Do not forget that those of our world who fail to understand your intentions may take action against you. The balance must be maintained." Luna intervened, her voice steady and strong. "We are not asking for permission to learn from each other. We're here to foster harmony, not hostility." Silas's eyes narrowed, assessing both Mateo and Luna. "You believe in harmony, but your actions have already sown seeds of discord. There are those who would see you cast out, Mateo, for daring to tread where you do not belong." Mateo felt a pulse of fear, but sought to quell it. "I came here to share our knowledge, to stand with you as allies. We can be stronger together." Suddenly, from behind Silas, Yarrick emerged, a smug expression painted across his face. "Enough of this foolishness. If you wish to remain, prove yourself worthy. Confront the swarm and retrieve the artifact. Only then will we consider your presence acceptable." "What artifact?" Mateo questioned, confusion and concern etched on his face. Yarrick stepped forward, fingers brushing against a luminous stone pendant worn around his neck. "The Harmony Stone. It holds power, an ancient relic of our culture. It is protected fiercely. Show us your worth by retrieving it, or prepare to leave Xylaris for good." Silas added, "We will allow you to attempt this. However, should you fail, you will be met with consequences." Mateo's heart raced. The thought of facing the swarm was daunting. Hadn't he caused enough trouble already? Yet Luna's confident grip on his wrist steadied him. "We will do it together," she said, fierce determination shining in her eyes. "We cannot allow fear to guide our actions." The path to the Harmony Stone took them deep into the heart of the hive, a massive structure teeming with unpredictable energy. The air grew thick with tension, pulsing with the resonance of the swarm within. Mateo could feel the anxiety wrapping around him, yet Luna's presence burned brightly beside him, amplifying his resolve. As they navigated their way through the maze-like corridors of the hive, bioluminescent markings guided their way, illuminating the beautiful yet terrifying creations of the alien world. But soon, the soothing light faded into darkness as the buzzing of the swarm grew louder, an unmistakable warning of their imminent approach. "Stay close," Luna instructed, her wings unfurling protectively. "They will be defensive." Just as they turned a corner, the swarm emerged, a multitude of insect-like beings, their bodies gleaming and formidable. Mateo's heart raced. There was no backing down. "We have to find that stone," he urged, but the swarm did not seem willing to let them pass. With a battle cry, Luna stepped forward, radiating a fierce aura. "We mean no harm. We seek the Harmony Stone." The swarm hesitated momentarily, the buzzing crescendoing, creating a cacophony of sound. Mateo felt adrenaline course through his veins as he positioned himself next to Luna, ready to defend against whatever was to come. Suddenly, a large figure emerged from the swarm, the leader of the creatures. It towered over them, eyes sparkling with an intelligence and ferocity that struck fear into Mateo's heart. "You trespass," it boomed, wings spreading menacingly. "Leave now or face the consequences." Mateo took a deep breath, channeling the courage he had built alongside Luna. "We're here to help. We want to bring harmony between our worlds, not conflict." The creature tilted its head, considering. "You seek the stone, yet you do not understand its purpose." Mateo met its gaze, unwavering. "We understand that it represents unity and peace. We want to help ensure its power is used for the good of all." For a heartbeat, silence enveloped the hive. Then, with a sudden flare of energy, the creature spoke again, its voice edged with curiosity. "And how will you prove this?" Luna stepped forward, her wings radiating a soft light that illuminated the darkness. "We are willing to offer our alliance, both human and xylary. Together, we can learn from one another and protect the balance of our worlds." The creature regarded them intently, weighing their words. As tension hung thick in the air, Mateo's gazes flicked between Luna and the swarm leader, hoping for understanding to prevail. Finally, the creature lowered its wings, its posture softening. "Retrieve the Harmony Stone, if you believe yourselves worthy." With a guide from the swarm, Mateo and Luna navigated through the hive's twisting corridors until they reached a breathtaking chamber. In the center of the space lay the Harmony Stone, bathed in a radiant glow, pulsing in rhythm with their hearts. As they approached the stone, Mateo felt a surge of energy, not fear, but a sense of belonging. Together, they reached out, fingers brushing against the surface of the artifact. The resonance of the stone washed over them, filling the chamber with brilliant light. In that moment, the connection between them ignited, a spark of unity that transcended their differences and cultures. The atmosphere swirled with power, enveloping them in warmth. With newfound confidence, they turned back to the swarm, offering the stone as a token of unity. "Please allow us to work together," Mateo declared. "Let this be a new beginning." The swarm leader stepped forward, appreciation glimmering in its eyes. "You have proven your worth, human. The Harmony Stone shall guide our alliance." As Mateo and Luna held the stone together, light spilled from it, illuminating their surroundings and casting away the shadows of conflict that had lingered. In that moment, the two worlds began to unite, forging a new path that held the promise of collaboration rather than danger. With the Harmony Stone resonating gently between them, Mateo and Luna stood at a pivotal moment in their lives. The air hummed with renewed energy, reflecting the unity forged not only in purpose, but in their hearts. The swarm, once filled with hostility, now surrounded them with a sense of cautious acceptance. "Your willingness to work together has proven that bonds can form through understanding," the swarm leader declared, its voice echoing through the chamber. "Let this be the dawn of a new era between our peoples." Mateo glanced at Luna, her eyes bright with hope and determination. The journey they had taken, the struggles, the fears, the joy of discovery, had brought them to this point, an intersection where their worlds merged. "We can achieve greatness together," he said, locking eyes with her. Luna smiled, the glow from the stone illuminating her features, illuminating the warmth in her gaze. "And perhaps," she whispered, stepping closer, "it is time for our own union to flourish." Mateo's heart raced at her words. He understood now the deeper implications of their connection. As alien beings from different worlds, a mating between them was not merely about physical intimacy. It represented a profound bond, a melding of cultures and lives that held the potential to unite their peoples. The swarm leader nodded. "The ritual of mating between you is a sacred act, one that can bridge our worlds and signify the alliance you have forged." With the surroundings echoing with acceptance, Mateo took Luna's hand, feeling the warmth of her skin against his. "I wish to unite with you," he said earnestly, "not just as partners in purpose, but in every way." "Together," Luna echoed, her voice soft with emotion. The connection they had cultivated blossomed into something more profound, a desire to experience the depths of each other's worlds, hearts, and bodies. The chamber transformed around them, the light from the Harmony Stone casting beautiful shadows that danced along the walls. With the swarm acting as witnesses, Mateo and Luna stepped forward, embracing one another as they prepared to share in the sacred act of mating. As their bodies intertwined, it felt as if the universe itself conspired to grant them this moment. The boundaries of human and alien dissolved, creating a harmony neither had anticipated. Matteo marveled at the intimacy they shared, an exploration that went beyond the physical, an emotional mingling that celebrated both their similarities and their differences. In the vibrant glow of the Harmony Stone, they lost themselves in each other's embrace. Their breaths synchronized, heartbeats intertwined, and as they surrendered to that moment, the essence of their worlds meshed together in a magnificent display of unity. The act of mating was a celebration, a promise that they would stand together against the tides of hostility, forging a path toward acceptance and understanding. As they finally separated in the warmth of shared ecstasy, they felt a renewed connection that transcended flesh. It was a pledge to support one another and unite their peoples. The Harmony Stone shivered with energy, a symbol of their union, binding not only their hearts, but the futures of their worlds. Days turned into weeks as Matteo and Luna worked tirelessly to bridge gaps between their cultures. The shared experience of their mating ritual rippled through their communities, encouraging dialogue and cooperation. Over time, the initial tensions began to ebb as both humans and Xylari recognized the potential for synergy in their alliance. Eventually, the hive flourished, the crops saved, and the richness of collaboration unveiled untold opportunities for both species. The folds of tradition began to soften, and new customs emerged, ways to celebrate their shared existence that embraced both human innovation and alien wisdom. Matteo often reflected on how far they had come, standing alongside Luna beneath a radiant sky. "We did this together," he said softly, looking into her eyes. "Yes," she agreed, her wings shimmering in the twilight. "Together, we dare to dream of a future where our worlds would unite, and we shall nurture that dream every day." With their new path illuminated by knowledge and trust, Matteo and Luna knew their love was more than an emotional bond. It was a catalyst for change, a beacon that would guide future generations towards a lasting peace. In the end, their story was not just about a human mating with an alien. It was a tale of connection, understanding, and the courage to embrace a bond that would set the course for their peoples for years to come.